Hi all, I'm going to show you how to access our next text, which is going to be about Abby Sunderland. If you go to the Gettysburg dashboard, you're going to click on HRW student. Mine says staff because I'm in teacher view. So HRW student, click on the yellow icon that says student book. I already have mine open. And always go to contents. We're in collection 1, bold actions. We already read Rogue Wave, so we're going to skip the close reader and move down to comparing media, covering issues. In our first article, so these 3 pieces are going to be all about Abby Sunderland, this girl and what she did. There's an online news article, there's an editorial, and there's an interview, because this is a true story. We're going to only focus today on the online news article. So let's click and read the text. Parents of rescued teenage sailor Abby Sunderland accused of risking her life. Now remember, it pops up, the print pops up kind of small, so go to page view. You can manipulate this icon or just simply click on the left, which is what I do, and it pops up right away. We're going to listen to this together. It's not a long article at all. It's like 2.5 pages. So let us read about Abby and what she did.
Media. Parents of rescued teenage sailor.
Turn that down a little bit.
Sailor Abby Sunderland, accused of risking her life. Sailing experts condemn family for allowing 16-year-old American girl to attempt a solo round-the-world voyage. Paul Harris, New York. The Observer, Saturday, 12 June, 2010. A teenage girl attempting to sail solo around the world was rescued yesterday in a remote spot of the Indian Ocean, bringing to a successful conclusion the dramatic bid to save her life. 16-year-old American Abby Sunderland was picked up from her stricken vessel by a dinghy launched from the French fishing boat Ile de la Réunion. Her father, Lawrence Sunderland, speaking to reporters outside their California home, said his daughter was safe and well. She got out of her vessel with the clothes on her back, and we are just really excited and ecstatic that Abigail is in safe hands. She was in good spirits. She talked to her mother. However, the same cannot be said of Sunderland's yacht, Wild Eyes. The vessel was apparently pounded by gigantic waves that had destroyed its mast, which in turn knocked out her satellite communications equipment. The yacht was then effectively left floundering midway between Africa and Australia. It is likely to be allowed to sink. Sunderland had activated an emergency beacon, which started a huge search and rescue operation involving Australia, America, and France. Numerous ships became involved in the hunt, as well as a chartered jet, which spotted the teenager late on Thursday. Sunderland was able to radio the plane and report that she was fit and had food and water supplies.
Oh dear, what happens next?
The rescue itself was not without incident, as rough seas saw the captain of the French boat fall into the water. He was fished out in difficult conditions, said a statement from the French territory of Reunion Island. Though the search for Sunderland ended happily, it has caused a debate on the wisdom of such young sailors making dramatic and dangerous journeys. Sunderland was following the achievement of her brother Zach, who had made the solo journey around the world at the age of 17, becoming the youngest person in the world to do so. Many critics of Sunderland, and her parents, have criticized the decision to let her go on such a journey. It's not something that a 16-year-old should be able to decide whether they're capable of doing it. It's potentially irresponsible for the parents. Michael Kalin, junior director of San Francisco's St. Francis Yacht Club, told the Associated Press.
Is it irresponsible of the parents? Is it something you would do if you were a parent and you had a 16-year-old daughter? Would you let her sail around the world if she was trained? Okay, start to think about this for yourself. Irresponsible or not?
Other top figures from the world of sailing joined in the criticism. In Abby's case, she was lucky. It's only a matter of time until we end up with a tragedy on our hands, said Derek Fries, a world sailing champion and author of Learn to Sail.
Last page.
Such opinions by professionals have been echoed on blogs and comments on news articles, as members of the public have called the Sunderlands irresponsible and careless. One commentator on the Los Angeles Times website summed up the view of many. Abby Sunderland was on the wrong type of boat, a racing yacht, in the wrong location, the Southern Indian Ocean, at the wrong time of year, winter in the Southern Hemisphere. Other than those minor details, it was a well-planned voyage. But the family have robustly defended themselves. They have pointed out that Abby is a highly experienced and highly skilled sailor. They have even used the debate to criticize the too careful tendency of much modern parenting advice, and said that a certain amount of risky challenge was healthy for an adventurous child. I never questioned my decision in letting her go. In this day and age, we get overprotective with our children, Lawrence Sunderland said. Look at how many teenagers die in cars every year. Should we let teenagers drive cars? I think it'd be silly if we didn't.
A valid point. Irresponsible or letting their child just act on a bold decision. So that's the online news article. You have a Google form to fill out for today, so make sure you complete that exit ticket. It is about this article, so if you need to watch this video again, you can just play it over again. That's why I took a recording. So remember to do your exit ticket, and we'll talk about this more during Zoom.